What is going on, guys? It is your boy, the Pat Goat Gaming, back at it again with another YouTube video. And today we're taking a look at BLURPLE CROC in the modern meta. And this series is meant to highlight power creep in the One Piece TCG, as we're only using cards from OP05 and before. This video will break that mold because when we tried doing that, we got ran over so hard, I couldn't post any of the games. So we had to throw in at least some new cards to make the video viewable. So we threw in a couple. Some we're using as 2Ks. We're using 2 of the 7-drop CROC from OP09. But besides that, like 90% of the list is from OP05 and before, and it shows. We get ran over. The power creep was really apparent when using this deck. As you'll see, we play 2 Usopps and 1 King, and it is easy to tell that even without making very many mistakes, games would just end because their cards were better than mine. So I hope you enjoy. Please leave a like, subscribe if you enjoy. And yeah, let me know what decks you want to see next from OP05 and before. And let's get right into it. Alright, quick sidebar, guys. We are 10 subscribers away from 100, so if you're watching this and you're not subscribed and you slightly enjoy this content, please subscribe. Also, shout out to my boy Robbie, who recommended me to make this video. Should be here. So thanks, guys. Please subscribe. Love you. Enjoy the video. Alright, guys. So first game of the day, we're jumping in against Usopp. Usopp is insane. I don't think this matchup will end well for us, but let's see how it goes. So we start off with the Searcher. We're going to go ahead and grab the... Looks like the 8-drop Crocodile is our choice. Yeah. And pass turn. Let's see what the opponent does. He plays the Coliseum, already looking bad. Swings for 7. We're going to go ahead and take that, not wanting to give away our counters too early. So next turn, we draw the Bond Clay off the top. We're going to go ahead and ramp and then swing for 6. I'm not sure how to play against Usopp, guys. Like, it feels like no matter what I do, he gains the advantage in some way. Yeah, it's tough. We counter out with the 2K there. He plays the Cavendish. Cavendish is insane. Just an insane card draw machine. Especially with the Coliseum, he basically has Rush. And he can use the effect as soon as he's played. But here we have a good attack with Bond Clay. Swing at him for 7, get him to take the life. And then we swing at him for another 7. What we're trying to do here is get him above 5 cards in hand so we can clear the Cavendish with 3,000 worlds. But he is able to counter out, so he's still able to get that card. Like, no matter what we do, he's still getting card advantage. I decide to counter out here just to make him attack the Bond Clay, like to make him get rid of it. Not thinking that Coliseum is just insane and he's going to be able to use Coliseum to clear my whole board just like that. And now he has a full board with his Rebecca, his Cavendish, and his Zoro. The Rebecca we just can't beat, guys. Like, this deck cannot beat Rebecca no matter what. The only way I could see this deck keeping up with a Rebecca play is if we had 10-drop Kaido. That just wiped the whole board. And this deck can't even run that. But we're still going to fight here. We swing for 7 and then play the Crocodile and play the All Sunday off the Crocodile. But we're so far behind. He has so much tempo. He has 2 6Ks on board. The 4K and his leader can swing. Like, I feel like Usopp shouldn't be able to attack. Like, this is fucking insane. He swings 6. He's drawing more cards. He has 7 cards in hand. A full board. He plays the Luffy. The Luffy can swing off Coliseum. We're just getting cooked here. So it's not looking good. I don't know what to do. Like, it feels helpless. And at this point, we've basically lost the game. You can really see the difference in power level between the cards available to this deck and what's coming out in OP10. It's just not looking feasible for me to win this game. Like, I felt like I didn't play perfect, obviously, but I think I played with what I was provided as just about as good as I could have. And look at the board. We have nothing, and he has a full board. With the Luffy, with the 6K, we removed another 6K, and it's just over. Like, we have no chance. I'm still fighting, but like, I swing 11 here, and you're gonna see he counters out. Like, there's nothing we could do. This deck just can't compete with the top tiers. So if that's what you're looking for, then BLURPLE should not be what you're playing. It is really fun. Like, we have a banger King matchup that you're gonna see, but against Usopp, it honestly felt impossible. Like, one of the worst matchups. And I just concede. It's over. But yeah, here we're just going against the King. And King's a really cool leader. I do want to make a deck profile on King. But this is the type of leader that we can go against and find success. So we're gonna go ahead and swing 5 here. We open up with the Searcher. Let's see if he takes it. He does counter out with the Queen, and then we play our Miss All Sunday, draw a card, Ramp of Dawn. So we're off to a really good start here. We have the Searcher and the All Sunday off the rip. He does find Oni a little bit late, so that probably hindered him like a little bit. But that's fine. He does end up finding it. He swings for 7. We do trigger the Red Rock. That was a huge trigger. That's why you don't play your characters before you attack. Always play them after, or else that trigger just would have been dead. So really bad play by him. Don't make that same mistake, guys. That's day one. That's day one. Especially like if there's a reason to play the character early, play it. But if not, just keep it in hand until after the attack. So we go ahead and swing 5 here. He counters out with a 2k. So good for us. And then we're deciding what to do here. We have 8 Dawn available. We just swing 8, and then I think we're gonna play the Queen. Queen's still insane. Like, that card will always be good, I think. 5 Dawn, 6,000 power, and draw 2, trash 1. Just insane. He plays the Linlin here. This card's Dawn -1, trash a card from your opponent's life, and add a card from your hand to your life. It's a really, really good card. I'm not sure when that came out. Really, really strong. But it does gain us a life, and we're able to Red Rock it right away, and then just start swinging again. All Sunday like gets so much advantage with the card it gives, the Dawn it gives, and then it can swing if they don't remove it. So we're looking pretty good here. We have a nice board. We have All Sunday set up. We're able to start recycling the Red Rocks, as you're gonna see here. I wouldn't play Kuzan in King. Just seems too slow. So if you are making a King build, I would not include Kuzan. So yeah, he attacks. We're able to get Red Rock back, and then the Kuzan's just going to be gone. Really for nothing. And we stop 4 Dawn up. I think we just swing 9 here. We swing 6, then we're going to play the Dofi and look at the top 5. Rearrange. We see another Red Rock. Perfect. We know Purple likes playing big drops. So the Red Rock's going to be perfect here. There's the Jack. Looks like he's going to remove our Dofi, but honestly, fine. I really don't care. He's using resources on it. We're going to be able to Red Rock it and just go from there. We haven't even played any of our 8-drop crocodiles. We haven't gained any life, and we're still really healthy here with a lot of cards in hand. He swings 8. We take that, knowing that the Croc's going to come down eventually. I don't know if I decide to play the Croc here or go for the Red Rocks. Let's see. So he counters out with 1k, and we do decide to start Red Rocking and then just replaying blockers. We can really stack our hand really well, and start drawing what we want to draw instead of just top decking. So next turn, I think we're finally set up to start playing the Croc. We're at 2 life. We'll go to 3, and we just needed him to not play a big drop there. That's exactly what happened. He plays the two littler guys. They're still very good cards, but here we'll be able to drop the Croc, and we're going to counter out of this 7k attack to stay nice and healthy. And we're going to go to 3 life here, it looks like. Or we could 3,000 worlds. That might be what we do, but it looks like we're going to go with the Croc. Yeah, so we go with the Croc, gain a life. And now we're sitting at 3. He's at 2. He does have a nice board. He has the Kid and the... Looks like, I don't even know what character that is, but he has another 4-cost 5k. And he Suros here, and then plays another, it's a Kamazo. And he's going to be able to remove both of these characters. He did use a lot of resources to do that. But we are looking pretty bad. Honestly, right here, I thought we were going to lose this game. Because we go to 2, we have no board. He has a really nice board, and we have nothing. Let's see how we come back from this. I'm not sure. Maybe he fumbled really hard, but we do end up winning this game. So let's see how we do it. We start off with 3,000 worlds, using leader ability, drawing a card. Leader ability is really nice, but our hand sucks. I don't know how we lost this game, honestly. We played the Bond Clay just to have a good attacker next turn. We do have a lot of counter in hand. We have 7k. But our hand is, I mean, to win the game, it's looking really bleak right now. Especially with, he just plays a Sabo. Yeah, it's not looking good at all. Especially with the King ability, he can Dawn -2 to draw a card. So he can keep up with us in cards. Might even outpace us. Because we don't have any events right now. It's not looking good, boys. He's even swinging 5 with the Suru. We're gonna take that. I think we counter out. No way. No way I go to 0. I go to 0. I decide to go to 0. And somehow we win from here. Let's see what the fuck I do. And what water does not do. So we're at 10 Dawn here. We go ahead and Queen. Always good to start with the Queen to see what options you have off the draws. We swing for 7. Honestly, that's why we won. He had no counter in hand. Like, if he counters out of that, we're kind of cooked. But he's not able to counter. We're able to take out one of his characters, and now he just has the Sabo and the King on board, and we have 2 blockers. So we kind of stabilized just a little bit. But he's going to be able to keep drawing cards here. And he has 2 Sabos on board, no KOs. Then he plays the Who's Who, and now he has no cards in hand. When you're at no cards in hand, that's the worst position to be in One Piece. Your opponent knows that you have no counter. Oh, he does have 1. But he does start swinging with the Sabos. We're able to counter out and keep the Queen on board. You always want to keep your character on board when you're in a situation like this to start getting that board presence back. So that's what we're able to do. We swing 7 at the Sabo. Only way he's able to counter that is with the 2K. And we took that risk and then played the Crocodile. So we're back to 1. And he plays the Kaido and Lin. That card's kind of insane, but it's not fast enough. If it had Rush and was a little bit worse effect, I think it'd be fine. But not having any immediate effect in your 10 drop just feels bad. I'm not sure if that card's good, but off first impressions, I'd say no, because that's honestly why he lost the game. If he had just played like 2 4 costs or 2 5 costs, we definitely lose. But that card and us being able to red rocket here shortly is what's going to lose him the game in the end. So he blocks with the Sabo. That was probably a really bad move, actually. The water's just misplaying a lot. Like, we definitely should have lost this game. But it is really close still. We're able to take out the Who's Who. And then we're going to red rock the Lin, and now we've completely stabilized. We draw off the leader. And we have a bunch of 2Ks in hand, some good plays. And the Queen still on board, and the Croc. And you see water here. Like, he's not having a good time. He knows he fucked up a little bit. He does get the Lin. That's really nice. He puts my Queen at the bottom of life. And we go to 2 life, though. I mean, that's fine for us. I think the longer this game goes on, the better for us. Because we do have the Crocs. We do have... yeah, we can match his draws. So usually King would start gaining advantage here. But because we're Croc, we're able to keep up with him in hand size. So it's actually not working out too well for him. And he knows it. Like, he knows the game is slipping away slowly. We were at 0 life. We were at 0. And somehow clawed back through the jaws of defeat to be here. And that's a badass top deck, boys. So we get the Queen top deck. And that's another Queen off the top. And here I knew it was kind of GG's. Once we hit the second Queen. He's just not going to be able to get through. We get the Dofis, we get the All Sundays, and this is how I remember the deck playing. You just kind of build the wall slowly, but against like Usopp and those faster decks, you're just not able to do that. They just run you over and remove everything you play. But against like a slower deck like King, it's still possible to win with these cards. It's still difficult, but don't get me wrong, it is really fun. So if your locals aren't like the most competitive and you really like BLURPLE CROC, I definitely give him a shot. If you like the list, I think the list could be a little bit better. I'm not sure about the 7-drop CROC that plays another Baroque Works. But if you want to play like the 5-drop blocker Kid, I think you could do that. But here we end up winning. He has no counter in hand, and that was a really fun game. Okay, so next game we have another Usopp. Let's see if this one goes any better than the first one. Honestly, my hopes aren't high here, because I've seen this deck enough now that I know it's gonna be a tough road ahead. So he starts off with Leo. He draws a Rebecca, and our hand's looking pretty good. We have All Sunday. We have 3000 Worlds, a Queen, the 5-drop All Sunday, Bond Clay. Like, we have some good ramp going. If we find the CROC, we should be in a pretty good position. He swings for 5. We counter out with the 7-drop CROC. He plays the Bartolomeo. So on our 4-Don turn, we play the Bond Clay, Rampadon. We decide not to swing just so he's not able to start getting those free KOs and free cards. I don't know how to play against this deck. It feels, especially with blue-purple CROC, it feels impossible. Like, even if I remove his stuff, he draws cards and he outvalues us by doing nothing. Like, he does not have to work at all. And I feel like we are working so hard to get what we want. But he just sits there. He sits there, you remove his characters, he plays his Rebecca, and now he has a full board. And we are screwed. Like, we get no value off the Bond Clay. He attacks us with the Colosseum, swings for 5. Now we have no board. He has a full board with the Sabo, with the Luffy. And the Rebecca's like, she's 4k power, but it's still a lot. And I forget the Sabo's ability here. And Sabo just protects his whole board. And he sends back to his hand instead of going to trash. And he's a 2k? Sabo is insane. And then, yeah, I'm sorry. Sabo really pissed me off there. He plays the other Rebecca. She gets the Kyros. And it's game. Like, it's over. It's done. Here we've lost. We're at 4 life. He's at 4 life. And we've been outvalued so hard by, like, no fault of our own. We have not misplayed. Well, we misplayed the Red Rock. But either way, you had to get rid of the Sabo. Like, that was our only play there. Either way, the Sabo had to go away. And by removing the Sabo, he went back to hand, triggered Usopp's ability, and it was over. And that was our one misplay. And look at the board. We are completely out of the game. He has a Luffy. You can restand Luffy. He has the Kyros 9k off of the Rebecca and the Colosseum to get rid of our characters. It's just, we're cooked here, boys. He's still at 4 life. We're down to 2. He plays the other Sabo. And we have good counter in hand, but it's just, we have nothing that could possibly keep up with Rebecca. That card might be, it's a problem for sure. A really good reason to play Blackbeard. You just don't have to deal with Rebecca, which I might play Blackbeard just for that, just to not have to deal with that stupid card. But either way, he attacks with 7. He attacks for 9. We're down to 1 life. He has Luffy on board. He still has the Sabo to protect his board, and then he has the 4 cost 5k. And so we have to remove the Sabo. That's our only choice. He goes back to hand. He draws off a Usopp, and we're cooked. We're so cooked. 2k, and then we're still trying, and I just concede. There was no point. All right, guys, we're back here with the post-game press conference, and honestly, went pretty bad. I could really tell the difference between what these cards are able to do and what OP10 is capable of. And we even threw in some new cards, like, to help me out, because I was getting so destroyed that it wasn't even close, honestly. It wasn't even remotely close. We threw in the Bond Clays, we threw in the 7-drop CROC, and it didn't even help. We got ran over. So while this video isn't technically OP05 and before, it wouldn't even have been... We won 0 games without at least some new cards, newer cards. So yeah, if you want to play Blurple, like, it's super fun. I think the list is really cool, and the leader's just always been interesting. If your locals are more laid back, chill, it's a really fun deck to bring. But if you want to compete at a higher level, even with the newer cards, Blurple just it's not strong enough. It can't compete with the top tiers or even the A tiers. Yeah, but if this is your favorite leader, you want to give him a try, I highly recommend it. At least on the sim, it's a really fun deck to try out. So thanks for making it to the end of the video, guys. If you're here, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers, and it'd mean the world to me. And I'm guessing you enjoyed the video if you're here. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day. See ya.